The hiring of Ronnell Williams as the linebackers coach is more of a scheme move than it is just another staff hiring. Williams comes from the Philadelphia Eagles, where he spent the last 3 seasons on the defensive staff. He was the Eagles' nickelback coach in 2023, then became the assistant linebackers coach in 2024, with his last year being added to the defensive quality control unit. This matters because this crew of defensive players that we have are expected to do more than just tackle. They have to cover, blitz, communicate, and disguise looks. And he was a big part of the defensive group that won that Super Bowl 59. And keep in mind, the Eagles defense was the top-ranked unit in the NFL, featuring 2 of the linebacker duos in the NFL with 125-plus tackles apiece, Jalix Hunt and Nakobe Dean. And as you know, the Raiders signed Dean back on March 11, 2026, inevitably pairing him back up with Ronnell Williams, which makes a lot of sense because this isn't just a blind relationship. And speaking of familiarity, there's Travis Smith. Travis spent 10 years with the Raiders from 2012 to 2021 with multiple defensive roles: assistant defensive line, defensive quality control, outside linebackers, and defensive assistant. So he already has an understanding of the Raiders organization, pressure from the expectation of the Raider Nation, and the standard expectation from the defensive front. Smith also has a history of developing pass rushers. With his last year being in 2021, he helped coach Max Crosby, putting up numbers such as 56 tackles, 8 sacks, 30 quarterback hits, and 7 pass defenses. Smith joined the Raiders after spending last season with the Tennessee Titans as the defensive run coordinator. Not only do these coaches have experience with big-name defensive players, Ronnell Williams with Nakobe Dean, Travis Smith with Max Crosby, they also coached together in the 2022-23 season of the Chicago Bears defensive staff, where Williams served as a defensive quality control and Travis Smith as a defensive line coach. And keep in mind that in 2023, the Bears led the NFL in fewest rushing yards allowed with 1,468 yards, 5th in carries at 3.78, and second fewest rushing touchdowns allowed with 8. At the end of the day, the Raiders aren't just adding coaches. They're adding experience, familiarity, and guys who know how to build the defensive front the right way. Travis Smith with the D-line background, Raider roots, and the development mindset. Ronnell Williams brings the linebacker knowledge, championship experience, and a fresh voice to the middle of the defense. Now, the big question is this: can these 2 coaches help turn the Raiders defense from talented on paper into a unit that communicates, dominates every Sunday? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are Smith and Williams the right coaches to bring that silver and black attitude back? Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, and share the Sac Blackout Podcast, because we are staying on the nose of Raiders football. No fake hype, no boring talk, just real football. Raider Nation, out.